Today's subject is the true winner of Game of Thrones. The television series Game of Thrones is just that, a game. So who is the winner of the Game of Thrones? The answer is Jon Snow. Why Jon Snow? Because there is only one way to win the Game of Thrones, and that is to not play. Jon is the winner because he successfully gets out of the game and gains true freedom. We hear him continuously repeat that he doesn't want the throne.
You all crowned me your king. I never wanted it. I never asked for it. I never wanted a crown. All I wanted was to protect the North. I don't want it. I never have.
What did I say would happen if you told your sister?
I don't want it, and that's what I told him.
He doesn't care about power. He doesn't feel the need to dominate others. As one of the free folk, he now must answer to no one. He is free. That is why we see him smiling as he returns to his home beyond the wall, the place where he found his greatest happiness. The fact that he doesn't want the throne actually makes him one of the best choices to wield power, and that's why he becomes the leader of the Night's Watch. Beyond the wall, he has good friends who love him. He now must bend the knee to no one, for there are no kings north of the wall. He was never quite happy in the hierarchical Seven Kingdoms, where he was always compared to his older brother Robb.
I was jealous of Robb my whole life. The way my father looked at him, I wanted that.
And treated as his nickname, a bastard, an unwanted child. He is now removed from all of the drama and petty machinations in the game for the realm. Jon wins because he no longer plays, and he gets out with his life intact. Like Jon, Arya wins because she manages to escape the game as well. Daenerys loses because of her obsession with power. She becomes corrupted and lost in her own ego and delusions of grandeur.
I saw the way they looked at you. I know that look. So many people have looked at me that way, but never here.
The greatest dynasty this world has ever seen on my shoulders since I was 5 years old. And no one has ever given me what they gave to her in that tent. Who can rule without wealth or fear or love?
She lives in a fantasy bubble of her own making, and as a result of all she has been through. Her corruption is what leads to the burning of King's Landing, and thus her execution by Jon. The message here is the same as Lord of the Rings. Only Frodo can bear the burden of the ring because he does not want it. He does not hunger for power over others.
I will take the ring to Mordor.
Daenerys loses because of all the losses she has suffered since her birth, with endless members of her family dying due to violence. She loses because she loses her sanity and dies. She doesn't survive the game. Everyone involved in the Game of Thrones ends up losing in some way, even if they aren't individually chasing the power. Either the major player dies, or someone that the player loves. Either way, everyone loses in the end, for the game goes on and on and on. The Iron Throne, with its hundreds of swords, is essentially inspired by the story of the Sword of Damocles. The Sword of Damocles is from Greek myth, a story about a sword that hovers above a man when he becomes king, ready to fall on him at any moment, signifying that being king is mortally dangerous. For at any time, the king may be killed by another seeking power. Sitting on the Iron Throne means there are hundreds of swords surrounding the king ready to kill him, literally and figuratively. Even in the story of Jesus Christ, a spiritual king, he is executed due to political reasons as a result of his great power, his great influence. Tyrion doesn't win because his punishment is literally to have and wield power in the name of the king. Now he must deal with the constant dangers that plague the crown and the realm. Now he has no choice but to sit on the Iron Throne.
He's made many terrible mistakes. He's going to spend the rest of his life fixing them.
Bran becomes king, and rightly so, because of his great wisdom, as Tywin explains in a previous episode.
Wisdom.
Yes.
Wisdom is what makes a good king.
Yes. But what is wisdom?
Part of Bran's wisdom is knowing that winning the game is no win at all. He knows power is only an illusion and it doesn't bring true happiness. He is best suited to serve this role because, like Aragorn, he does not want to be king.
You don't want it.
I don't really want anymore.
I don't want it.
And I don't want to be king.
As a spiritual master and shaman, Bran has completely transcended his individualistic ego, therefore truly does not desire power. Though Bran is the king, he is also not the winner. Sansa thinks she has won, but she hasn't. She will see that in the future, the fighting will continue, the murder, and she will somehow be negatively affected by it, either her or someone she loves. Sansa has wanted to win the game from the beginning, but later became badly burned by all that happened to her as a result of chasing the power, innocent as she may have been.
Why would he say no? He'd be the second most powerful man in the kingdoms, and I'd be queen someday. It's the only thing I ever wanted.
Cersei says when you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. Perhaps a more accurate way to describe the game is, you win for a while, or you or someone you know gets murdered, because no one plays the game without experiencing great heartbreak. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did like it, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and remember, elevate consciousness constantly.